Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Dan Blanchard with the Travel in Time with Dan show, where we mix travel with history and with leadership. Today, we're in Simsbury, Connecticut at the Heublein Tower. There's three different ways of saying this. Some people call it like the Bavarian, Germany, Heublein, and there's people who say Heublein, but Johnny Carson of the Tonight Show called it, I believe, Heublein. So I guess that's what we're calling it, the Heublein Tower. And this is such a wonderful image, still around today, of the lost Gilded Age. Although some people say we may be going back toward that, but maybe not, maybe not. All right, so this is definitely a great image right here in Simsbury, Connecticut, of the Gilded Age, right? When some people had more money than they knew what to do with, right? Very, very rich time for some people. So anyways, there's this guy, his name is Gilbert Heublein. He comes from a pretty well-off family. They transplant from Bavaria, Germany to Hartford, Connecticut. They got like a hotel there, food shop there, all that sort of stuff. I think they have something like the first alcoholic cocktail their family creates. Prohibition comes and they create A1 steak sauce, which I love. And that was a great item to keep the wealth in the family during Prohibition when you weren't supposed to be like producing alcoholic beverages and all that stuff. Later on after Prohibition, they create the Smirnoff Vodka, which is a very, very popular brand that sells a lot of money, makes a lot of money. So how did this happen? How did this tower happen? Well, you got this guy, Gilbert Heublein, right? He's walking through this area, which is a very beautiful area of Simsbury up here on the ridge. He's walking through this area with his fiancée, Louise Gundlach, and I don't know if he was feeling romantic or what, but he says, you know what? Someday I'm gonna build you a castle right here, my love. And he did. I mean, it took a bunch of years, but he did. And this castle, this tower, with some really cool things. Obviously, I've already told you it's a symbol of the Gilded Age, but it had the first elevator in the United States was in this tower, right? And this castle, which became like a summer home retreat for the family, it was, modeled after his Bavarian roots, the Central European castles. And he had always said that this was going to be like the American dream, right? If you work really hard in life, you can get up ahead. And if you look up there, right, and near the top, you can see there's a bunch of windows up there. That was like a ballroom and all that stuff where they had a lot of cool parties. These amazing panoramic views. You could see, obviously, a lot of Connecticut. You could see into Massachusetts, into New York from up here. Today, it's sort of like an observation deck where people just go up there and look at the panoramic views, right? This place is presidential, as a matter of fact. You had Eisenhower, General Eisenhower, later President Eisenhower, came here and spent some time here reflecting, right? President Reagan spent some time here reflecting, which is, really important for leaders to have a spot to get away from the hustle bustle, to go and to reflect. It's big. It's really big to be able to do something like that. Now, the interesting thing is, this area actually had three towers. Nothing quite this magnificent, right, before Heublein, but it had three towers up here. They're no longer up here. But one of the guys up here was Robert Hoe. And he did not like this guy, Gilbert Heublein, coming up here saying he was going to build something magnificent like this. So he was like cutting down trees to try to obstruct his progress in transportation through here. He was dynamiting the area, putting obstacles in the way to try to stop Gilbert Heublein from being able to deliver materials up here and get this whole thing going. But Gilbert Heublein would not be deterred. Right, he was determined. He made a promise to his fiancée that he was going to do this, and by God, he was going to do this, and he did. He got beyond the obstacles in all these years, and he built this tower, this magnificent tower, and where there were a lot of great parties, a lot of great reflection, and a lot of, and obviously a promise kept, right? And the other towers are gone, including the Robert Hoe, his tower's like long gone, right? So, I always on these travel, should definitely travel here to Simsbury, Connecticut. It's quite a walk to get up here. It's probably a good 35 minute walk. And this is one of the hardest places to get up here, the Talcott State Mountain Park. Thank God the people from Simsbury saved this place after Gilbert Heublein passed away. They saved this place and restored this place. And it's one of the hardest monuments or historical places to get to, because you actually got to walk pretty deep up into the woods, and the beginning of the walk is tough. It's like all uphill beginning to walk, so it's tough. You got to be some kind of shape to do it. It's going to take a while to walk up here. Like I said, it's one of the hardest, most remote locations to go to, but it's definitely worth it. The walk is great. Hiking's good for you, right? The sunshine, fresh air, exercise, all that stuff is good for you. So don't be deterred by it. Come on up here and check this place out. It's like really cool. All right, so definitely the travel thing, the history thing I've already shared with you, and now the leadership thing. I would say the leadership thing here is to dream big and follow through with your promises, like Gilbert Heublein did, right? He did it. He followed through on his promises, fiancée, and now we have this amazing thing to come and see and enjoy after a very fit-provoking fitness walk, hike, to get up here. Definitely come up here and see it, okay? Listen, this is Dan Blanchard with the Travel in Time with Dan show, where we mix travel with history and with leadership. Having a lot of fun being up here today. Hope you too can experience the fun of coming up here and checking this out, the mystery and the awe, the leadership, all that great stuff. You take care. I'll see you again real soon now.